You are now entering the Thick Goddess Energy Morning Show. We in the building. High priestess in the building, didn't let my fears kill me. Transmuted my pain in that cleanse in the rain. Found out I was working and I conquered my demons. I accepted my purpose and the goddess I became.
Don't ever feel bad for speaking your truth. Yeah, it took years for you to finally come out with it, but at the end of the day, it probably set you free in some sort. So
Right.
it's your truth. Your truth is your truth. So don't feel bad about it. But I mean, like, Divine says, it might have made your mom feel some type of way. Even in my marriage, I'm gonna bring this back to my previous marriage. My ex-husband was a peeping Tom. He was into voyeurism. He was in a whole lot of shit that I had no idea. That one day I opened up my computer and opened up his computer and I saw a bunch of shit that I should have not seen. And I'm just like, you are a father to a daughter. If someone did that to your daughter, like, really, and it was not until we went to counseling that it was just his past trauma that basically kind of, not making an excuse for him, but led him to that part. And it's just like, it was an addiction for him too, and he's still struggling. I don't know if he's struggling with it now. I'm not with him, but it's just like, how can you defile women, children, etc., by doing that?
Right.
Like,
Right.
so it's just like, here it is. I had friends and their daughters come in my house, and I'm just like, and it's making me feel guilty in some type of way. I'm like, here it is. I can't even have a safe haven or a safe place for my best friend's daughter, teenage daughter, to come to my house without my so-called significant other looking at her in
Right.
a different way. So it's just like, I get that, but after kind of looking at it and then looking at his past trauma and trying to understand, it
Right.
kind of like set me free from it. I mean, I still get upset about it. Don't get me wrong. I still get upset about it when I think about it, but I kind of let that go because at the end of the day, that's for him to kind of deal with. Yeah,
What can you do?
yeah, what can you do? So yeah, he did, he defiled you. He took your innocence. He was your mother's husband. But I hate to say this, but his karma, that was, whatever karma he had to serve, he had to serve, and whatever karma she's gonna serve too. So it's just right now, like, even for me, I'm still trying to take these steps. Like, I've gotten over it, but I'm still healing bits and pieces of it. So
Right. Biggest thing with that is letting go, thinking that you deserved it in any way, letting go, thinking that some way it's your fault. I think those are the biggest steps. Divergent, you asked about healing trauma. There's so many different levels to trauma. It is not easy. There's no like book of greatest points. You do have to find what works. I tell this to everyone who is really suffering that does sessions with me, is that I have paid a lot of money and I look at it as self development. I didn't get here in this seat where I'm at talking to you guys by just twiddling my fucking thumbs and hoping I'm going to get better. I have put in the fucking work and I have paid to do so because I look at it as such. You have to, and I know it gets expensive, I know, but you got to start looking at it as self development. You got to start looking at it as I am going to do anything to get better. And that's what I told myself. I don't care. I'm going to pay to get better because I didn't want to sit in the same shit energy for any more. I've done 30 something years. Now I'm 40, but at the time I was like at the end of my 30s. And I was like, I don't want to do any more time in this shitty energy. I don't want to keep processing traumas from when I was little. I don't want to keep going back to this very unworthy, abandoned child. I don't want to stay here. So how the fuck do I get out of here? And I knew I couldn't go back to just traditional therapy. That didn't work for me the first time. They put me on meds and I got off those meds because I didn't fucking like them. I didn't want to just um, live in a facade of happiness. I wanted the real thing. Okay. So w- I hear a lot of people talk about how expensive it is, and I get it. If you're on a fixed income, I get it. If you're not really making money, that's why the nonprofit is coming, because I do understand that point. I was at a point where I lived paycheck to paycheck and I had kids to take care of. I get that part. But at the same time, if you want to get better, you're going to have to invest. Look at it as investing in yourself to get to a better place. Everything is not going to be free, although there's tons of tips out there. One of the things for trauma I will tell you to start looking at is, one, you got to be aware of what's still hitting you. If you're not aware of it, you'll never fucking get it. You'll just keep walking around like do 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 do. Become aware of your traumas. Write it down. Writing it down and speaking it out loud makes that shit realer than real, right? Write it down. Now start to look at this daily. And I'm going to challenge you because, of course, I'm giving you some tips here. Every day, how is this shit affecting your life? You will see it in some way, shape, or form. Whether you're pissed off and mad, whether you're going off on someone, whether you're short tempered, whether you just get into a very depression, whether you start feeling sad, start feeling lonely, whatever it is, start writing that shit down. Awareness is key to everything. Once you get the awareness behind your traumas and how it's hitting you, then you can start working on how to change it. Biggest thing is when this shit hits you, you got to stop and process it. One of the biggest things is just processing and honoring what you're feeling in this moment. We get so big of, oh my God, I shouldn't feel like this. Oh my God, I should be over this. Oh my God, I shouldn't be crying over this anymore. We get so pissed off and mad at ourselves. Instead of in this moment, maybe it's the younger version of you. Maybe it's the 5-year-old version of you that needs you to fucking cry right now. Honor it. But society and everyone around us has told us, no, you should be over that. Psh, childhood, you're grown now. But those younger versions of yourself, if you believe in quantum physics, if you believe in alternate realities, if you believe in there's no space and time outside of this reality, right? Then the younger versions of you still exist somewhere. They're still going through what you went through. So if you believe that and you start to change, because this is how I changed, you start to believe that and you start to work through that, then you understand that you can heal those parts of you. You can work with those parts of you. That's what I do in meditative state healing. That's what Nicole, I did an interview with Nicole in December. Theta state healing, that's what she does. Okay. You guys saw me talk to Cynthia Glickman, again, another healer. That's what she does. She's the one taught me how to do quick versions of it, of sitting in meditative state and bringing that 5-year-old child in front of me and do some healing with that 5-year-old child. Just because I was in a state of sadness, didn't understand why I was sad. She was like, okay, let's see. And she was like, okay, let's see, let's process it. Who comes in front of you? Shit, the 15-year-old version of me. Fuck, I knew it. That's the one that has the most hurt. I'm still healing her because she's the one who lost the baby. So again, a lot of times we're not realizing where it's coming from because you're not taking the time to ask the questions. You're not taking the time to see. You want quick shit like this, and it doesn't work like that. You do got to put in the work, I will tell you, okay? I'm trying to go down the comments, y'all. Oh. Yeah, that's if you're talking, Lila, you're on mute.
I was like, Betty's talking about being overprotective and traumatizing them and more, even more. But if you're not teaching them and talking to them and teaching them based on your life experiences and them going through their trauma without you explaining, that's even more trauma, but opening
I
up about
understand.
it. Yeah, I understand both sides.
Yeah,
But just opening up can kind of create that dialogue and prepare them for
right.
it.
I
Um,
thought I thought I was helping my daughter too. I thought I was helping her by not traumatizing her with my stories. But again, she still went through her own versions of it because we know molestation happens all too well because it's always really family and close friends of family, right? Or cousins and shit like that. We know that. This is something that through generations and generations, we hear it over and over. We kind of know. But we think somehow by not talking about our experience, we're protecting our children. And we're fucking not. We're not. You know what? Divergent with your mom, you're going to need to come to a point where you accept that she's never going to see it in the way that you want to see it. You're not going to get that from her. There was a point in me and my mom's relationship, and like I said, she still irritates the hell out of me sometimes, but I've come to a point where I know that I'm never going to get this grand gestured apology from her. I'm never going to get that what I wanted to hear from her, and you really have to let it go. The reason why it keeps cutting you and keeps going deeper is because you still want to hear it. You still want to hear her say it. You still want to hear her acknowledge it. You still want to hear it come from her. And I think really truly moving past is when you allow yourself to just let go, that you don't need it anymore. I don't need that apology. I don't need her to validate it. I don't need her to acknowledge it. I don't need her to confirm it. I know what I know. I feel it in my heart, and let's let it go. I say it easier than what it is, of course, but you do have to get to that point, especially when you're dealing with someone who is so stuck in their ways that they most likely will go to their grave with the shit. Nothing you can do about that, right? You tried meds. Yeah, I'm not. You guys know my spiel about Western medicine. I think it has its great points, and I think it does very great of treating symptoms. But I think when it goes to getting into the deeper parts of it, when it goes to the root cause, because that's what we should be treating, the root cause. But there's no money in treating causes, right? There's no money in getting to the root cause. The pharmaceuticals can't make money like that, right? So they need to treat your symptoms and keep you coming back instead of going into and getting because quantum healing is a fucking thing and it works. And if mainstream, as we are making it, because it's getting more popular, but if mainstream in Western medicine allowed it to be hand in hand, more people would be fucking healed and healthy and walking around this earth. And man, they don't want that. As you see, we had a planned situation come in 2020. And if you guys have noticed, spirituality has become more and more popular in the past few years. A lot of people woke up. 2019 was a year of awakening. If you guys didn't understand, 2019 was a huge year of a lot of people awakening and kind of coming out. Even 2018, because I kind of awoken in 2018 and really didn't realize it in 2018, and then 2019 was a huge shift for me. But you have to get to the point where you say, I'm ready to invest in myself. I'm ready to put the time and effort, and not just invest money, but invest time. You have to invest the time to sit. That's the biggest problem with everyone. No one wants to sit with themselves. No one wants to sit with themselves. Me too, me included. I was like, fuck, do I gotta sit here? Is this the only way? Is this the only way? All right, boo. Definitely look in the description. Go to my website. I have a shadow work class. It's pre-recorded. You can look at that, or you could do a one-on-one session with myself. Just look at my website right now. Like I said, all the classes are truly, truly, truly way underpriced. I don't have any live classes until maybe the fall. I don't know. As I'm building the platform, so as I'm in transition, I'll have no live classes, but you can watch the pre-recorded for cheaper. So just biggest thing I want you guys to take away from today is once you really get into the point of trying to understand someone, anybody, I don't care who it is, right? Once you get into that point of trying to understand someone, you allow expression in dialogue. So that dialogue turns into that expression. And in those moments, if you truly do active listening, not listening to where you got something to say, like you're waiting to jump in and say your piece. You're actively taking the time to process what this person is saying. You will start to see the deeper hurt and pain that's in their sentence. You will start to see the deeper hurt and pain that's rooted. And if you let your intuition speak to you, that's where the clues come out, right? That's where the clues come out. And so that brings us back to our faith and our well-being, because once you start seeing that, then you start caring about their well-being. You get over the fact, I'm pissed off and mad at you in this moment. Damn, how can I help you? How can I get you to see maybe something that you're not seeing? And sometimes in those moments, people will have aha moments. They will have aha moments like, oh shit, I just heard what I said, because they finally said it out loud. Some people have been carrying this shit for years, right? So that's the biggest thing I want you to take away from that, is like understanding, that understanding, not just what you think, because a lot of us think we understand. Yeah, I understand. No, you don't. No, you haven't been. So try to get in those moments. Good morning, Evelyn. To really truly take that time to say, how can I understand? Not just I understand, or you think, oh, I've been there and done that, right? Because it's never the same. I don't give a shit. Two molestations are not the fucking same, okay? Each and every situation is unique into its own. So if you get into that moment, say, how can I understand this person right now? Not how can I put up with their bullshit and their lies. That's not what we're saying. But how can I understand? What can I do in this moment that may change this person's life forever? And I think if we start living in that more conscious, and this is what we talk about, consciously living, get into those moments where every conversation you're having is more of a how can I help versus what can I take from this? Okay. You're going to take some shit away from this conversation, but how can I help this person? How can I truly understand what this person's going through? And even for yourself, if you start to say, how can I understand myself more? How can I understand myself deeply? How can I work through the things that I need to work through? Again, I'm always tell you guys, start with self, start with becoming aware. If you take the next 24 hours and just write down how many negative statements come out of your fucking mouth, whether it's for you or for others, see how many times you say some negative ass shit. You're going to be like, damn, you're not even going to want to admit how many negative statements come out of your mouth. Start listening to positive shit. Start, you got to start with some type of positive. I don't give a shit if it's affirmations. I don't care if it's empowerment statements. I don't care if you're looking for people who are just, empowering speeches. Start putting some positivity in your life some way, somehow. There's too much negativity in this world every day. If you don't start balancing it some way, somehow, you will stay in the shit, you will stay in the trauma, you will stay in this place of just not fucking getting nowhere. And you'll wonder why am I still here? Why am I still depressed? Why am I still angry? Yeah. And sometimes that happens, Betty, because I was 23 when I got raped. Okay. I was an adult, I wasn't a kid when that happened. So it still fucks you up either way. I don't care if you're a child or not, it still fucks you up. It still changes you. That took my power away. And I thought I had went through these moments of my power because, I lost a child. That was another moment that took my power away. Nothing I can do in that. There was nothing I can do to save her, you know and then I went through that, which was another form of taking my power away. That was rough to go through. That was very hard to come back through. But I'm telling you, if I can do this shit, anybody can fucking do it. If you want it, if you really want a better life, if you really want to change, you will start to do the work. And you will say, you're never too old, change. It's never too late to change, because if you're still living and breathing, spirit is giving you a way, and spirit is giving you time. So know that if you're still here kicking and breathing, you still have time to change your life. It's never fucking over, right? Right. And everyone thinks, and I've heard it, I tell you guys all the time. I had a guy friend one time where when I actually did start to process and talk about molestation, and he was like, that happens to all women. Like, that was his take on it. And I was like, the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, wait, what? The fuck you mean? That's not normal. No. And the bad part, it's way too fucking normal.
Yeah,
It, it's
it
way too
is.
normal. And
I
it's because
remember
we allowed it to be.
I remember my twin, this is before I found out that he was my twin. He goes, usually women that are damaged in that way are usually drawn to each other so they can help each other heal.
Right.
And I'm just like, what? And he goes, yeah, you think about your little your group of circle. You like ask your
Right,
friends how many of them been through the same things you've been
right,
through. And
right.
I never thought of it like that. And he definitely enlightened me. And I'm just like,
It's true
we've
though.
all been through it.
It's
Like
true because
literally all been through.
the healing then happens on a collective. See,
Yeah.
we don't just heal ourselves.
Mm,
We heal, especially as females, right? Feminine energy. We're going to talk about feminine energy. As we heal the collective. Everything we do is
right.
not just for us, it's for
Right.
everyone, every line, everyone. Because you know how many of us are so fucking connected through DNA? It's fucking crazy, right? We don't even realize that shit, right? So every time we heal, and that's what it is. You know it coming into this path. You start to see everyone who's coming at you is like, fuck, been there, done that. Okay,
Like,
mirror
I
in my
mean,
life.
you and I with our mom issues, like I'm always in your inbox about my mom
Right,
issues. So it's just like, I mean, and he said that to me, that was back in 2015 before I came into my spirituality. But for him, I guess I don't know where he was then, but for him to say it and me looking back on it, I'm just
right,
like, wow.
right,
And it makes a hell of a lot of sense. Like you
right,
said, we're healing for the collective. Yeah.
right. And a lot of healers that I've met that I've worked with, a lot of healers, they actually share that with the mom thing. We all, it's like we all have this fucking crazy mother from hell. You guys, I love my mom, I do. And we actually have a pretty cool relationship now, but she's just wasn't the lovey-dovey mom. And she was just my brother was her golden child, and so that's kind of like, so it'll just always be that, like, that's my mom, it is what it is. That's who I chose to come in this life with. And then when I was little, I'd be like, "Ah, who the fuck would," I didn't choose this. I didn't choose to be here. But it's kind of like,
Right.
yeah, you did. And you chose her too. Yes, you chose your fucking family. Yes, as horrible as it seems. And see, this is where acceptance comes into it, because you have to accept that this is the people that you chose. That's a
Right.
hard one. That is a hard one, because you're like, no, ain't no fucking way I chose this shit. Ain't no way I chose these fucking crazy ass people to be related to. But you actually did. There's a reason why you chose them. You know, you will see it as you work through this shit. You will start to understand. When I look at my mom and my dad of them being unnurturing, it's because I needed to learn how to self love. I needed to learn how to love myself in this life. And everything that has happened to me has pushed me in a deeper set of unloving, not loving myself enough, and taking too much to give to everyone. I love helping people, as you guys see what the fuck I do. I love taking care of people. I love healing people. But in this past, I've also learned how to heal myself and love myself, which has been one of the biggest lessons that I didn't learn throughout the whole journey.
Right. That part.
Until I got here. And then it's like, oh shit, this has been part of the whole fucking plan.
That part. Because I mean, it's just like, before this past year and especially this year, like I never really learned how to love myself and enjoy myself for,
Right,
by myself. But like when I was gone for the 2 weeks I was gone by myself, I mean, and my best friend was with me, but her schedule, my schedule were totally different.
right,
I enjoy being in my hotel room by myself, doing what I wanted to do, being able to hear myself think, and ordering stuff for me or doing stuff.
right,
It's just like, and I told my best friend this. I was like, prior to this assignment that I just left, for work, I've never been on a plane by myself. I've never flown or went anywhere by myself.
right,
And for me to take that stand and do it for myself, it's just like an accomplishment. Like you should have seen me. I was like, I did it. I got on this damn plane by
right,
myself, not nervous, like having trust in, this is part of whatever plan is, whatever plan was
right,
supposed to come about with it, and did it. So I was just like, shit, I love this. I
right,
love this. So it's just like, definitely new perspective on a whole lot of things. A whole lot of things, but
right.
that part, the whole self love. Yeah.
Big, huge. Divergent, I will tell you, this is where you get out of the selfish, oh, poor me, my parents are fucking horrible. It's not about you per se. Sometimes your parent needed you for their lesson. And when that hits you, that's another aha moment. Like, oh shit. I was actually a lesson for them. Like I was actually here for them to learn something. I can tell you with I can tell you with my dad, because it took me a long time to understand that I showed my dad love, what love was, this unconditional love. Even though he didn't know how to process it, even though he didn't know how to show it, that man loved me. I was his princess. Deep down, I knew that. So there's this. I showed him this love that he never had with women. His mom had beat him. And he didn't have a father in his life. So all he knew was this very harsh women kind of energy. And with my mom, I felt sorry for my mom, being that her and my dad used to fist fight, and I always thought he used to beat her. And I've come, there's times I've tried to pull him off of her. But what I came to realize when I got older is that my mom was someone who can push your buttons. And my mom was someone who would push you to the point of violence. And if you were someone who like drunk on drugs or something like that, and I'm pretty sure there were times where he was on heroin and shit and he did put hands on her for no reason. I'm not going to say every time was that she did it, but there were times that I saw my mom was very vindictive, and she was very like in your face. I'm going to push you to this point, because when I got to a certain age, she did it to me. And so it made me start to realize that my mom wasn't as innocent as I thought she was. She wasn't the poor victim of violence with my dad. My dad wasn't just beating her, all the time, and like, poor mom. And I actually saw that inside of her, which made me like, damn, I was mad at my father for so long. I didn't understand that part where she wasn't always the victim. She was an instigator a lot of times. And when she was in these modes, he would be by himself, because my dad was a very happy drunk. That's the other thing that I understood when I got into my teens, is that my dad was a very happy drunk, and he'd be over there in the garage or whatever doing his own thing by his fucking self. And my mom would go through these stages in her drinking. She'd be very happy one moment, dancing, singing. Then the next minute, she'd be crying. And then the next minute, she'd be going for my dad. And it was like that was her cycle. And so I didn't process that until I was older. And I was like, damn. So it wasn't always my dad. My dad wasn't always the violent, crazy one that she made him out to be. And this is where you have to understand and look at a situation as a whole, and not just the pieces that you think are real, not just the pieces that you think you know. But one of the things that I know to my heart is that that father's love that he had for me, the love I had for him unconditionally, was something that changed. There was a game changer for him. And it did help him with a lot of anger for women that he had, because he was a very angry man. One, his mom beat the shit out of him. His mom did a lot of crazy shit to him his whole life. He had a lot of anger towards women. A lot of anger towards women. So that shit with my mom pushing his buttons, yeah. The woman before my dad, which actually was the love of his life, I came to find out, my dad showed me that she was the love of his life, not my mom. My mom was not the love of his life, okay? I found that out. The lady before him, he actually had a son, and I've tried to find him but never could find him. But that was the love of his life, which he lost because of that anger, because he didn't know how to control that anger, and because he also, his heroin addiction and all the other crazy shit he had going on, he didn't know how to process that. So my love for him changed him, because he had a boy with the first one. He didn't have a girl. So my love as a daughter changed him. And that's something that you don't realize until you really start working through a lot of this stuff and seeing like, oh shit, like, damn, I didn't realize. So you are lessons to your parents. You don't realize that. You're like, who the fuck would ask for this person? But you are actually part of their journey, and you have changed them in so many ways you don't even know, you don't even realize, until you really start going through the healing and processing, getting into that spiritual kind of meditative state to see some of this stuff. And it's profound once you start to get those aha moments. Okay, Debbie was the golden child. All right, we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and end it. I know we're over an hour. Try to keep these to at least about an hour. But I hope you guys have a little bit better understanding, right, about the word understanding, and allowing people to express and get deeper, and start realizing the signs when people don't understand what's going on with them, or maybe are too afraid to talk about it. Okay, and maybe start going into a place of faith, and and help, support versus selfishness. What do I need in this situation? Because it's not really about you, it's about them. They're really going through more than what you think. Okay. Danielle is in creeper mode. Lila, I don't know if you're helping me with the horoscope. Gonna look into the horoscope and see what's going on for you guys today. What is the energy for today for the horoscope? Um, I'm gonna start with. I used to think I was a black sheep, but then I realized my little family, we were all black sheeps. We were all black sheeps. We really didn't get a, we really didn't belong anywhere. All right, let's see what we got for today. We're gonna start with Aquarius is up first. Aquarius, what's the energy? We're in Aquarius season. If you're not paying attention, Aquarius, this is your time. We're in the fucking age of Aquarius. You had Sun and Moon in Aquarius. I think Sun and Moon are still in Aquarius. And you had shit, you got a lot of shit in Aquarius. Go look. Um, you said too busy trying to get these damn kids ready for off school time. Right, right, right. Awesome, awesome. Evelyn, I will check PayPal. Did you donate for a reading? Is that what you're telling me? So I don't click off? All right, Aquarius, I'll get you if you're telling me you donate for a reading, I'll get you after this. Aquarius, I think somebody's going to be expressing, but I feel like somebody's holding back. So we got two very different energies here. If you feel like someone's holding back, I feel like someone wants to express their love or they want to express how they feel, but possibly this person is just not ready. So maybe just give this person a little chance or give them some time, because I feel like just these two together just don't match. The Page of Cups, Seven of Swords. I feel like someone's holding back. You may think this person just doesn't like you, but I think it's because they really don't know how to express themselves to you. Okay. And we're talking about expression today. Oh, damn. Six. Okay, Debbie.
All right, Pisces, you've got the Four of Cups and then the Five of Cups. That's a lot of emotion right now. So I feel like you're in a state of kind of like boredom. You've kind of missed of opportunity. You missed, or you feel like you missed an opportunity. Okay, and you're like you're grieving this opportunity. You're in this sense of despair, and you kind of feel isolated, and you're not welcoming whatever's wanting to come in. Well, this Four of Cups here. Let me see. You see the butterflies and the flowers. There's a transformation coming, but you've got to see this transformation. You can't feel like in this lost and not seeing what's before you. Okay, so take that blindfold off and know that change is coming and that great opportunities are coming.
My hair is doing some crazy shit, y'all. My bad. All right. Aries. All right, Aries. Let's see what you got going on, Aries. You got too much shit coming out. I ain't taking all these cards, okay? But Aries, biggest thing is you got the fucking magician and the 10 of pentacles. Boom. So today's energy is making shit happen, Aries. You are making shit happen. For some of you, I feel like if you're trying to get a home, I think the home is coming. If you're trying to make big moves on business, it's coming. It is here, and you are making it happen as the magician. So stay in your power today. Don't let nobody tell you different. You got this. So keep the vision. You see this window. I just feel like keep the vision, Aries. All right. Divergent, I agree. If I agree, be the black sheep. If you are gonna tell, to out, and I feel like we all should be outing abusive people in families, the molesters of the families. I don't think we should at this point in time in 2022, I don't think anybody should be turning the cheek or looking the other way
Right.
on that shit at all. If you know somebody is that, I think we need to be very, very outspoken and expressive about it because it's not okay anymore. And I think we need to stop making it like it's normal. That's something that normal. It happens. Hush, hush. Fuck that. I think we should speak out. So be the black sheeps. Bring that shit to everybody's attention. And if people are mad at you because you're calling people out on their toxic ass shit, say goodbye. Say
Mm.
goodbye.
All right, Taurus. Wow, I feel like this is happening to my twin right now. Taurus, you got the Tower in reverse with the World card in reverse. Two major arcana that is occurring right now. So I feel like you just went through some sudden changes. You're coming out of change and you're coming out of some chaos. You come to the realization that, things need to change for your higher good. I feel like for some of you, you're going through an awakening or a reawakening. Okay. With the world in reverse, like you've felt unfulfilled somehow. So when you're going through this reawakening or awakening, really search deep within to see what spirit's trying to call you. I feel like for some of you, they're calling you to your higher purpose. For some of you, you feel been feeling kind of stagnant, and they're calling you out of the stagnation to fulfill what you came to this 3D world to fulfill. Okay. And until you come to this realization, then you're going to start feeling complete. Just like with the world, when it turns and it starts to change and the phases start to change, you're going to have to let this change come in. Okay. Let this change come in because it's for your higher good. It's not just for your higher good, but also for the collective.
Boom. Um, I agree. I think we need more people who are willing to speak up and not just be sheep and fall in line. We need more people that are going to say, you know what, something's not right about this. And we need to speak up. And I'm not saying argue with people about shit, because if people want to sit in their fantasy, let them sit in their fantasy. But I do think more people need to stand up and say shit versus just turning the cheek and not, oh, it's not happening to my kid or it's not happening to me, so let's not deal with it. Fuck all that, right? Um, all right. So for Gemini, I feel like you're going on this quest. It feels like this pathway. You're coming out of a lot of darkness. I feel like you got to take care of yourself. Also, take that moment to just take care of yourself. If you feel like nothing's happening, it's because it's not supposed to. If you feel like man, nothing's happening, I need to go and I want to do this and I want to do that, and spirit's like, no, sit your ass down. I need you to take care of yourself, Gemini. I need you to take that moment and just have that bath, have that moment, have that wine. Okay. Just chill the fuck out because you're going on an inward excursion. This is about hermit mode. And so, why is spirit in my ear right now? This is about, really just taking care of self and so that you can move forward. It's coming, just not as fast as you want it. This is the Nine of Cups. Your dreams are coming, but spirit says it's not going to come if you don't take care of yourself and put yourself first. Okay.
All right, Cancer, you've got the Eight of Cups and the King of Cups in reverse. So the Eight of Cups, you feel like you're walking away. You're trying to like find this self-discovery about you. Okay. You see how she's looking afar? And it's just her in this briefcase, but it's open field. Like she's trying to figure out herself. Okay. But with the King of Cups in reverse, it's like you're feeling also unfulfilled. There's not a balance and something about family. The House of Cancer is all about family, right? So I feel like there's some unbalance when it pertains to your family or your household. So Spirit's trying to tell you to find that balance, be that loving masculine energy, and be the leader and take charge. But as you're taking charge, also, look within and find that self discovery. Spirit's calling you out to look deep within when it comes to yourself.
All right, Leo. Let's see what's going on, Leo. What is the energy for today? They're already trying to give me a million cards and shit.
I'm sorry.
Let's see. All right, Leo. Just look at the pictures.
I can't stand you right now.
Leo, it seems like you and somebody else are just feeling the same shit, waiting on the phone, although I don't think the phone's going to happen. I feel like there's a crossroads right now. I don't think nothing is happening. I do feel like there's a lot of thoughts. I do feel like there's a conversation that needs to happen. You and somebody, or you're both feeling the same. You're feeling the same. You're thinking the same right now, but I don't see any action today. So just make sure whoever you're thinking about today, Leo, that you just send them some love and tell them talk to their higher self and tell their higher self to give them some balls to reach out. I don't know, or you grow some
Really,
balls and reach out. I don't know. But I
really,
think right now, just I would say Spirit is probably telling you to just let it be right now. There's a process because the Eight of Wands is in the reverse. That means we're not moving. Somebody's thinking. It's good that they're thinking. Let them think, okay? Leos are like, no, I want fucking action. When action, I don't
can't
want you to think.
stand you today.
Spirit been on point. Like, Spirit has been
Been on
fucking.
point all week.
I can't make this shit up, you guys. I can't make this shit up.
All right, so Virgo, you are the Three of Wands in reverse, the Six of Wands in reverse. You're being impatient as fuck. Yes, this is me. They calling me out. You're being impatient as fuck. You're not waiting for your ships to come in, your blessings to come in. And by you not doing that, you're not going to have a victory. Spirit's telling you to be patient and
Whatever.
things happen and go with the flow of things so that you can have your victory. You can stand in the spotlight and you can enjoy what spirit is trying, what they're trying to bring into you. I can't. I'm done.
You know what? I feel like some of us are just like, if I hear fucking divine timing one more time.
I can't. I mean, after watching your video today, and then everything that transpired yesterday and then the week before, I'm like,
Like,
I'm done with y'all.
that's when you're just like, I need the serenity to fucking keep hearing.
Not to mention, my twin's a Taurus, and yeah, I do feel like he's being called out on his mission. I'm done.
Anybody who's on a twin flame journey understands our pain. It's not the easiest journey, and you really do got to put in a lot of self work. And I think that's the biggest thing that we all kind of come to some place and understand that it's the self work, not the work of them, that we got to do. And when you really put in the work, shit changes. But that word divine timing, you hear it so fucking much that at some point you just want to murder everyone who fucking says it. And
Right.
you're just like real shit, Luis. Like fucking A. Daniela, we got to get you to the point where you're not saying F the twin flame journey. We got to get you to another point. You gotta. Did you watch the twin flame video? We
She
got to
has
get you to
it.
another
Oh,
point.
she has it.
You want because I remember I used to say fuck the twin flame journey. I was there. I remember it wasn't that long ago. It was like probably like what the end of 2020 when I was really like fuck this journey. Um so look, try if you're still in the fuck the twin flame journey, you're not getting the messages and you're wondering why spirit is still yelling at you. Hmm. Libra. Libra, you're very worried about your success right now. You're over worried. Spirit is telling you to calm the fuck down. It's coming. Six of Wands. You are getting there, but I feel like there's something either crippling you, and I'm sorry, I know it's a guy in the wheelchair, but that's what they're giving me. There's something that's either crippling you or in your way, or you feel like it's an obstacle that you won't reach your success. And I will tell you that you're over worrying. Your worry is turning into energy that is actually affecting you. Some of you are actually being affected on your health because of the worrying. So if you let go of the worrying and release the trapped energy, it will start to relieve some of the pressure and pain that you have on some of your ailments. One, I'm not a physician. I'm not telling you, still go to your fucking doctors, but this is what spirit is giving me. So some of you guys are having trouble and you're hurt, pain, and ailments. You're thinking that there are bigger things wrong with you. But again, it's actually the worry, the stress that you're putting on your body. That's what's doing it. So you do have success if you start to let go of this and you start to allow yourself to clear this out, okay?
All right. Scorpio, you've got two major arcana. So you've got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse and the Empress in reverse. So you're not allowing change to happen so that your abundance can come in. You've got these new ideas that are coming into, coming into mind, but there's like you're stalling things from happening. You're not letting these cycles change. You're not being positive and seeing the opportunities before you so that you can be abundant and prosperous. Because you know the Empress is all about feeding growth, abundance, because she's pregnant. But pregnant also means new ideas and being abundant. So change your mindset, Scorpio, and see what's before you so that you can be abundant and let these cycles happen.
I don't know, Scorpio, maybe you are supposed to have a child. Daniela, I still feel like you don't get the twin flame journey. It's not about your twin.
No, it's not. It's about you.
It's about you. If you still think the twin flame journey is about your twin, you're not there yet. And I love you guys.
She's gonna always say F it until she's tired of saying F
You don't
it.
even, the twin flame journey, you don't even really deal with your twin.
And I
It's
have not
all about
seen my
you.
I haven't seen my twin in 6 years. Okay. I get messages and downloads that I'm supposed to be working alongside him some way, somehow. We're supposed to reunite some way, somehow. But I hadn't talked to him in 6 years.
Right.
So they're telling me it's about me. I mean, I learned this last year, but before that, when I first heard about it, I was all about this romanticizing. No, it's about you and your purpose. Your purpose.
It's about your purpose. Not just are you doing good in your life, not are you, oh, I'm making money, I'm doing good. It's what's your purpose? What did you come here to do, Daniela? That is what the twin flame journey is for. Your person's energy pushes you to become the best person in this life. Your person will also trigger the darker shit in you so you can work on it. So when they piss you off, take a moment and say, why is this person pissing me off? Oh, I'm judging them. Oh shit, I'm judging them. Why is this person pissing me off? Oh, because they can't be who I want them to be. Fuck my expectation. Okay, why am I pissed off in this moment? Fuck, this person can't show up. Once again, I'm putting this level on this person. Again, remember, your twin is showing you shit inside of you that you need to work on. It's not about them, it's about you. What's your purpose? What did you come here to do? Not just grow inside. Because again, when you grow and heal, you affect the people around you. You affect your lines. When you heal, your kids heal. That's how powerful that shit is. So again, we got to get away from the twin them, put the energy on us. Look, Spirit said, hush, Louisa.